Just giving you a background on what we just read. Cain and Abel, which is the sons of Adam and Eve, here they are, as they're being rose up. They both had an offering that they presented to God, a sacrifice that they presented to God. And one of the sacrifices God was very pleased with, which was Abel. But he was not pleased with Cain's sacrifice. So what God decided to do was he decided to bless Abel, and he didn't bless Cain. And here Cain he gets jealous of Abel because of the blessing that he got from God. Not only did he become jealous, he killed his own brother. Now it takes a lot to try to kill anybody, but to kill your own family members, it has to be a little harsh. All because he got a blessing. And still to this day, many, many years later, we still got the same old thing. You find yourself getting blessed, and somebody may not be trying to physically kill you, but they're trying to kill you spiritually. They try to bring down the blessing that you got from God.
Amen.
Well, we should just learn how to be happy for one another on the blessing that we got.
Yes.
Now, much as I hate to say it, sometimes it can be your own family members that can be jealous of what God gave you.
Amen.
Sometimes it can be your own friends that can be jealous of what God gave you.
Amen.
Sometimes it can be your own co-workers that can be jealous of what God gave you. But when God blesses you with something, you have to understand and say something to yourself. God blessed me with this, and I'm not going to allow nobody else to be able to bring me down on what God has blessed me with.
Amen.
Because you don't know what I had to go through, the praying I had to go through, the pain and suffering I had to go through, the faithfulness I had to go through, all the things I had to go through to get this blessing.
Amen.
So that should never be in our point in our life where we should feel bad because somebody's jealous about us.
Amen.
Isn't it a shame, church, that you can have your own family members or your own friends, sometimes people that you're closest to, that can be jealous of what God has blessed you with?
Amen.
Let me get more into the story. Remember, there is a retired officer I talked to, and he told me that there was a time when he got promoted in his career. He said there was a lot of people jealous that he got promoted. He had somebody come up to him and say something very negative towards him about his promotion. He told that person, he said, the sheriff gave me this promotion. If you don't like it, you can go and talk to him about it. He said, if you don't have his number, I'll give it to you. And that's what we got to learn how to tell people. When people try to question that the blessing that we have, tell them God gave it to you. If you got a problem with what God blessed me with, go talk to him about it. Because you don't know what I had to go through to get this blessing. So people want to question, how did you get that nice house? Try to put you down and say, God gave it to me. People want to know how you come up off come up out of that hospital when you got that bad doctor's report. Tell them God lifted you up. You want to know how I got that promotion on the job? Tell God gave it to you. Some of us know we should not got that promotion. We should be in the positions that we're in. We should be where we are in life. We should have a lot of things that we have in life, but we have them. It's because God blessed us. So next time somebody try to question the blessing that God gave to you, you tell them God gave it to you. And when God gives you something, there is no man that can take it away from you. There is no devil. They may try to get in the way, but what God has for you, it is for you. And there ain't no enemy, and there ain't no devil can take it away. So don't allow the enemy to come and try to take your joy of what God has blessed you with. What you have is what God blessed you with, and you should be happy and rejoice with it.
Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah.
Y'all go with me to the book of Proverbs, 16th chapter. I'm sorry, Proverbs 6, I'm sorry. 16th verse. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, verse 16. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, verse number 16. When you have it, say amen. Amen. Verse number 16 reads, "These 6 things do the Lord hate. Ye 7 are an abomination unto him." Verse number 17 reads, "It's a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood." This wasn't really in my notes, but we can talk about the proud look. Sometimes we think we're too good for certain things. We too good to be around certain people, or we too good to work on certain jobs, or we too good to get our hands dirty every now and then. But you have to understand something. When we have that proud look, it's something that God hates. Amen. A lying tongue, I want to point this out. This really doesn't have nothing to do with the subject. But too many times we talk about, as long as I don't drink, as long as I don't cuss, I'm all right. But there's a lot more sins out there in the world, church. Amen. And God says he hates a lying tongue. But you have people going around here constantly telling lies on one another, trying to stir things up, and they don't understand that they're doing something that God hates. The Bible also says you can't make it into heaven with a lying tongue. And verse number 17, it says, "The hands that shed innocent blood." Here we are, we got our young folks going around, not just our young folks, but people just in general, killing people that don't even have no reason to kill them. That's the world we live in. You have brothers, one of the brothers killed the other brother because he was jealous of the other one, what the blessing that he had. But it's the same old thing nowadays. People are killing people and they don't know why. Young folks killing people over gang stuff, over just looking for a reason to try to prove that they're tough. But you don't know, that stuff you can't take into heaven. We got to get back to the basics on what I talked about in the beginning. We got to teach our young folks and teach people around us, no matter what the age is, we got to get back to loving one another. Amen. It's a shame that we have to sit back and we talk about black history and hear about some of the things that the people had to go through, that they were in segregated restaurants. You can't go eat at a restaurant because you were colored or you were black. You had to write on the back of the bus because you were black. What y'all think God got to say about all of that? Y'all think when we go to heaven, the heaven's going to be segregated? Because last I read in John 3:16, God said, "For he so loved the world." So he so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He didn't say he just loved black people. He didn't say he just loved Hispanic people. He didn't say he just loved white people. He said he so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And when Jesus comes back, he's not just coming back for black people. He's not just coming back for white people or Hispanic people. He's coming back for his people. And when he comes back for his people, a lot of these things that we go around here doing on the world, a lot of this hate that we're doing, we're not going to be able to take it with us. It's amazing how we can be in a family and we can stir up so much drama in the family and do all these things and think that we're going to heaven. That we can go and say, "I'm not going to talk to this person," or "I'm not going to talk to that person." Y'all think that's how it's going to be in heaven? We're going to walk around and say, "I'm not going to talk to this person and talk to that person." We got to learn how to get some love in our heart, church. And it's something that the world has lost. We have lost the love that we're supposed to have. And we find ourselves doing things that God hates instead of things that he likes. How many of y'all want to do the things that he likes? The things that he loves. And one of the first things we can do, we can learn how to try to love everybody instead of loving ourselves. We can learn how to bring joy and peace into our family or into our work relationships, wherever it may be, instead of bringing all this negativity and drama into whatever situation we may have, whether it's family, no matter what it may be. Amen. We have to learn how to do things that God likes instead of things that he hates. There's not going to be no segregated restaurants in heaven. There's going to be no riding on the bus in the back.
Amen.
Church, hell is real.
Yes, sir.
We don't want to talk about it, but it's real.
Amen.
Heaven is real. We want to talk about that, how great heaven is.
Mm-hmm.
But there are things that you cannot take into heaven. We cannot take hate one another.
Yes, Lord.
Wanting to kill one another. Wanting to bring one another down.
Yes. All right.
We should learn how to lift up one another.
Mm-hmm.
If we see something that somebody's not doing, sometimes all we can do is just pray for them.
Amen.
That co-worker that causes all the drama, so much may have. Pray for them.
Amen.
That family member that's causing a lot of hate and a lot of chaos in the family, pray for them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's all you can do is just pray for people. And hope in the end that we can bring them to God.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Mm-hmm.
Jesus talked about the 99. We sang the song, the 99 and a half won't do. Church, we're leaving people behind.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of arguing with people sometimes, or trying to point out all the bad they're doing, try to tell them about the goodness of God.
Amen.
Point out some good things. When Jesus talked to the woman at the well, he got on to her about her sins, but he also shared some very positive things with her.
Amen. Amen.
And when he just talked to her, if we just learn how to talk to people, instead of yelling at people and put people down, maybe we can bring more people to Christ. Because church, we're leaving some people behind.
Mm-hmm.
And people that are living life, you have to understand that we're a living witness. And people see God's good through us. But we have to learn how to try to bring more people to Christ. And killing people and all the evil things that we're doing in the world, we're not going to be able to take that into heaven. How many of y'all want to go to heaven?
Amen. Amen. Yes, sir.
I'll tell you right now, hell is not a place you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we may feel like we already in hell the things that we're dealing with in life, but that's not a place you want to be. Jesus talked about we focus on the things that are temporal. And we live here on this earth. We may live here on this earth for 60 or 70 years. And that may seem like a long time to us, but if we go to heaven, we can live forever.
Amen.
And there's no more devil.
Amen.
There's no more fear. There's no more sickness.
Yes, Lord.
There's no more any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we can live forever, not for 60, 70 years or 30 years or however long we may live here on this earth, but it's forever.
Mm-hmm.
How many of y'all want to live in peace forever?
Amen.
So what is it? The brothers gave a sacrifice. What sacrifice are you willing to give up for God?
Amen.
We all can do a little bit better, even if I'm up here preaching this word, I can do better. What can we do better for God?
Amen.
Don't we want to put a smile on his face? Too many times we focus on what God can do for us. You ever thought about what we can do for him?
Yes, Lord.
What can we sacrifice for him?
Mm-hmm.
We all individually are different people, but I want you to ask yourself, what can you sacrifice for God? Because I think he deserves a sacrifice, doesn't he, church?
Mm-hmm.
What can you sacrifice for him?
Yes, Lord.
Because in the end, he's going to bless you.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
In the end, I don't know about y'all, I want to put a smile on his face.
Amen.
And you should feel the same way. May he bless the word today. Thank you.